Jai Shri Ram.
Sai Sri Ram.
Friends, you are listening to episode 3 of Shri Ram's story. So far in episodes 1 and 2 you have heard how Shri Ram is born, and the ascetic Vishwamitra takes away Sri Rama from King Dasaratha to protect his rituals and kill the demons. Let me tell you the next story. After leaving the palace, ascetic Vishwamitra proceeded towards the Sari river. Both the princes were together. They had to cross the river to reach the ashram. Vishwamitra did not go near the river Ayodhya, but kept walking on the river bank till far Ayodhya city, which was on the south bank. He kept walking along the bend of the river. The royal palace was left behind. Its last settlement was also gone, when we took a sharp turn and everything disappeared from sight. Ram and Lakshman did not look back even once. His eyes were in front of all the steps of Sadhu Vishwamitra. The sun began to lose its brightness. Even in camp, there was no sign of fatigue on the prince's face. He was enthusiastic. He had walked all day. And ready to go, the ascetic suddenly stopped. He looked at the sky. The flock of birds were returning to their nest. The sky had turned red. The herdsmen were returning. Everything was blurred by the dust from the feet of the cows. "Sage," said while turning back, "he will rest on the river bank." Seeing the expressions of the faces of both the princes, the ascetic Vishwamitra smiled a little. Coming closer to Ram, he said, "I want to teach both of you some students. After learning these, no one will be able to attack you, not even when you are sleeping." Ram and Lakshman returned after washing their hands and face in the river. Sitting near Vishwamitra, Vishwamitra taught the two brothers the school of Bala at Abala. At night they slept there, by making a bed of straw and leaves. Morning came, the journey started again. The route was the same, along the banks of river Sarayu. While walking, he reached the place where two rivers met. The second river of the confluence was Ganga. The ascetics were still walking ahead. But a difference had come. Ram Lakshman no longer used to walk keeping a distance. We were right behind the ascetic, so that we could listen to him carefully and learn about the ashrams on the way, about the people there, about the trees and plants, about their local history. The journey ahead was difficult. Through the forests. Before that they had to cross the river. Ascetic Vishwamitra did not find it appropriate to do this at night. All three people stopped there. Next morning, we crossed the river Ganga in a boat at an ashram built at the Sangam. There was a forest on the river, dense, inaccessible. The rays of the sun did not reach the earth, so dense. It was scary too, the sound of crickets coming from everywhere, the harsh sounds of roar, making Ram and Lakshman unwell. Maharishi said this animal and the flora is the beauty of the forest. There is no fear of them. The real threat is from the demon Taraka. She remains here. You have to eliminate that threat forever. No one used to come to that forest due to fear of Taraka. Whoever came, she would somehow kill him. She would attack suddenly. His fear was so great that the Sundarban was named Tarakavan. Ram obeyed the Maharishi's orders, strung the bow and drew it once. That was enough to make Taraka angry. As soon as she heard the tinkling, Taraka roared with anger and ran towards Ram. Seeing the two children, his anger flared up further, as if a storm came in the forest. The huge trees trembled, leaves broke and started flying here and there. A dense cloud of dust formed, nothing could be seen in it. Then Taraka started raining stones. Ram shot arrows at her. Lakshman also took aim. Taraka was stopped by the arrows. One of Ram's arrows hit her heart. She fell down and could not get up again. Maharishi Vishwamitra was very happy. He embraced Ram. He gave 100 types of new weapons to both the princes, told them the method of using them, explained their importance. Maharishi's ashram was not far from there, but by then it was already night. Vishwamitra decided to cover that distance the next day. The Taraka was dead. He was not afraid of her. All three spent the night there in Taraka forest. Now he was completely free. In the morning the forest had changed. It was no longer like Taraka. Because there was no star, the terrible sound had disappeared. There was the wind passing through the leaves, there was the music of its rustling, there was the chirping of birds, there was peace. The picture had changed. This was the last stop of Sita Ashram. Maharishi's ashram. The path was short and beautiful too. All three people, enjoying the natural beauty, reached the ashram quickly. The ashram residents welcomed him and congratulated him, their happiness doubled. The joy of Maharishi Vishwamitra's return to his ashram, the joy of Ram Lakshman's arrival. Vishwamitra started preparing for the yagya. The ritual began. Maharishi was relieved by handing over the responsibility of protecting the ashram to Ram Lakshman. The ritual was in its final stages and was going to be completed in a few days. Everything went well for 5 days. Peacefully, undisturbed, the very presence of the princes seemed to have driven away the demons. Ram and Lakshmana, deciding not to sleep until the ritual was completed, remained constantly alert, with swords at their waists and bows drawn, ready for any eventuality. On the last day of the ritual, suddenly the sky was filled with a terrible sound. Early in the morning, and Marich, accompanied by a group of demons, stormed the ashram. Marich was angry, apart from the ritual, at the fact that Ram Lakshman had killed his mother. Taraka was killed. Ram took action as soon as the demons attacked. Picked up the bow and aimed at Marich. Marich became unconscious as soon as the arrow hit him. Due to the speed of the arrow, he went very far and fell on the seashore. He did not die. When he regained consciousness, he got up and ran towards the south. Ram's second arrow hit Subahu. He lost his life. When he died, demon Subahu, there was chaos among the rest demons. Some ran away screaming, some fell prey to Lakshman's arrows, others ran away to save their lives. Ritual of Maharishi Vishwamitra. Done. I hope you are liking the story of Shri Ram based on the Ramayana epic. We have prepared a wide series of it. We have divided it into several episodes for your convenience. Enjoy it, and please like and subscribe. And please share, forgive any mistakes, and give your valuable suggestions in the comments. Thanks for listening.